That's better.
There we go.
Wonder if we actually got this right. First shot one time. We'll find out.
Hello. There's nobody here.
Yeah, we ain't gotten nobody yet.
Red Gear is going live. I just got the notification.
Oh, get on there so we can be our only viewers.
Yeah.
I feel like it is pointed up too much. So we gotta do this. Camera difficulties here. Oh, we get it. That's more like it. Now we're freaking talking. Yeah, bud. All right, we got. Say, there's somebody else on here besides us.
That was just me.
Oh, there's two.
I know.
Well, now everyone heard that. You're an idiot.
You're an idiot.
Anyway, they always say not to have a Coca-Cola alone. So since we're going to wait here for some people, there's 3 people. I'm sure that's Jess as well. She logs on like 25 things to boost her stats, to make us feel better. We haven't done a live in a long time. So we're really excited for anyone who jumps on here. And this one's not going to be typically like our 2 to 4 hour live. We're doing this for an hour and a half, hopefully, or less. We're just going to go through questions. So if you guys have questions, let's get started. I'm going to have to repeat this again because we don't have a ton of people on here, for just a couple people that are on here. Pretty much we want to go and review pretty much what we've been doing. You know, we've been doing a lot of working with, Virgil getting his rear steer done. That's been freaking awesome. He's still working out some bugs. Things are getting hot here, so we're probably not going to be doing a ton of buggy stuff during the day. We're going to be doing that at night now. We have like amazing news. We got invited out to Johnson Valley with like pretty much the Laser Nut crew, like Laser Nut, Juicy Motorsports, Juicy Whips Motorsports or whatever. Craig, awesome guy, and then Jeremy on the Rocks. If you guys see that guy's a stud. These guys are like literally breaking new ground at the hardest place to wheel in the world, at the Hammers. And we got invited out, and we went out there and hit 3 of the newest trails out there, and those guys are local.
Crazy.
They're saying they're some of the hardest trails, and exposure level wise, yeah, like there's so much exposure. I've never shaken so much on a trail. Like I had the trail shakes, and I don't get that often. So yeah, super, super pumped on what we got coming, and we also have merch coming out. Finally, we've literally been the worst channel. Like, we're sorry guys, we are terrible friends, but we finally got merch in the works. We got our website dialed. We just have to make sure we get the products that we want on there. We've got half of the lineup already lined up, and then we're gonna get the products on there, and we're gonna do a nice little launch, get that out there. So if you guys have any recommendations, this is the time to let us know. If you guys want a certain type of Wrecked Gear merch.
I know everybody's asking for like long sleeves and specific hat styles and stuff, so let us know now. And we'll probably do a pre-order first to get some, I guess, good idea of what we're going to be putting out. So.
Will you big screen that? Yeah.
That.
And then can we big screen that as well? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now I can see what you guys are saying. What's up?
Okay, so hi, you're FC from Thailand.
Dude, Thailand, what's up?
That's crazy.
We have like a pretty good following of you guys out there. It was really weird. I was taking a look at like where we get a lot of following from. Obviously, we got our Canadians who are crazy.
Yeah.
Thailand was one of the ones that really blew my mind. And how many of you guys are out, watching us from Thailand? Like, I'm actually curious. I need to look up. Do you guys have rock crawling in Thailand? Because I'd like to check it out.
No idea.
But thanks for stopping in. If you have any questions, please ask. We'd be happy to answer.
If you see us looking this way, it's because my laptop's over here, so we're looking at comments. So
Yeah.
just a heads up.
Yep. We won't know what you guys are saying. Also, Philip with Talton Off-road. You guys have seen this guy. If you guys have any questions on that, he's legit been in our last 4 videos. The dude spent some time in Arizona. And that guy, if you guys don't know, I'm gonna rant a little bit and tell you about this guy because this guy just like popped up on the channel. I know he doesn't have the typical rig that comes and wheels with us, but his story is so good that we had to have him out. We had to be a part of his adventure, and it's a new adventure. So if you guys have the time, well, I'm gonna tell you at the end to go ahead and go subscribe and support this guy and his family because it's such a cool story. So Talton Off-road, they are the Talton family, and it's them 2, their kids, and their 2 dogs. And he had gone to San Paulo, I don't know, a year or 2, I don't know, maybe a year or 2 back. I don't get the story straight. Philip, get over it. But anyway, he went his trip, and it was super sick, and he had a blast, and he took a side-by-side out there. And the whole time he was out there, all he could think about is like, man, I want to come back here, and I want to take a rock crawler, and I want to wheel. Well, he fixated on that for so long that they find like he somehow talked his family into, his family supports it and loves it, but he somehow they quit their jobs. They bought a crawler hauler and a toy hauler, and if you've seen our recent videos, you'll see their setup. It's super sick. And they're from North Carolina, and they've just literally been on the road for like 5 or 6 months, and they're traveling to see everything, you know, a typical family would want to see, like all the national monuments and all this like cool wonders of the world, I guess you'd say, like the bucket list stuff that every family wants to do. But the cool thing is they're taking the crawler and they're stopping at every off-road like bucket list thing that you'd ever want to do. They've been hitting all the big parks on the East Coast, and then they finally made it here to Arizona, and we took them out. They were here for 2.5 weeks, and we just ran them through a lot of stuff. Anyway, so their whole adventure is just seeing the whole country and wheeling the whole country, and it's like super cool. I'm super into it because I eventually want to go wheel the East Coast, and we have a lot of people asking us to wheel the East Coast and like go up north, and even people from Canada like, you need to come out here. Well, I can't quite do that yet, but I'm able to see where he's going and being like, oh yeah, I want to hit that. Oh yeah, I want to hit that. Or man, one day I'm going to hit that. And it's super cool. So he's
living everybody's dreams, including ours.
Yeah, it's literally, I wish I was traveling and wheeling. That is literally the dream. But if you guys haven't subscribed to his channel, head on over there. They're new. They need the love. Like, it's the hardest thing to start a YouTube channel. I've battled it the whole time. I know it sounds like a sob story, but it's like such a grind. In the beginning is the hardest because it's hard. YouTube just doesn't like, hey, check us out. We're out here. Like, it takes you forever of uploading content, getting better at your craft, and like being around for anyone to even see you. So go give them some love. Like, they could use the boost. They could use the support. Like, you guys support us. Most of you guys have watched us grow, you know, last couple of years. We've been doing some growing, and it's all thanks to you guys. If you guys could give some love and support to them too, that'd be cool. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. If I enjoy it, you're going to enjoy it.
All right. So, hello, Robbie Hargrave. What's up?
Dude, what's up, man?
Bum Dog Sumo. Did I say that already? What's up?
Is it Sumo? Oh, no, Sumo.
Hello from Spencer, Indiana. That's
Dude,
cool.
What's up, Keith Crum?
What's up, Keith? Texas is Robbie Hargrave. Connecticut.
Texas is on the like soon to do list, like hopefully within the next year.
Yeah.
Or less. We're like pumped on
Dylan
Texas.
Anderson. Is that the Dylan
Oh
Anderson
man, is that? I think I finally have my first family member watching one of our lives, man. Everybody say what up to Dylan. That's my little bro. Man, that's cool.
Brava.
Did
I say it right?
BRVJA 4x4. You guys have got to tell us how to say that. We love your channel.
I still need to learn how to speak Spanish.
I know. I was just gonna say that we literally watch so many of your videos, and that's our biggest thing. We're like, man, we need to start learning Spanish because we love your channel. I'm not good. I'm not fluent in Spanish, so I like know half of what you're saying. Not even half. But I love your content, so keep it up. Thank you guys.
You said half. You don't even know.
That's what I said. I was like, half. Nah, never mind. Not even close.
Wild Bill, happy Friday. Thanks for hanging out with us.
So Wild Bill from
This,
all right. So
this
we
is a different Wild Bill.
all right. So this all right. So it's crazy. I'm sure you watch our videos and you laugh every time when our Wild Bill gets on there with his red dot. Because for a while there we got confused if you were Wild Bill or not, but I don't think Wild Bill.
Yeah, he said cheers from AZ. Our Wild Bill's in Romania right now.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, red dot Wild Bill is in
our
Romania.
Wild Bill. We just claimed him as our own. He's
he needs someone to claim him. That dude's wild and he needs the help.
Anyways, hi Wild Bill.
Yeah, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping in. Good to see you.
Talton, we miss you too. Robbie Hargrave, I want to come wheel with you guys in Arizona. Dude, we're always down a wheel. Let us know when you're coming.
Ask Philip, man. He hit us up and he says, man, I want to wheel. And we said, twist our arm. Let's go. That's how we roll. If we can wheel with you, we will. Sometimes our schedule's a little wild, but we plan it out for you pretty good.
Yeah.
And we're pretty good hosts.
Robbie said, or no, sorry, we just talked about Robbie. Ben, hello from Minnesota. What's going on?
Oh, oofta eh? What's up, bud? Don't you know?
Jay's Adventures, what's up? Thank you for coming. You're always super awesome and hanging out with us.
Speaking of like from the start, like Jay's Adventures has been watching us forever. Like that guy's one of the ones that we can look back and like, man, that guy's watched some videos that were pretty cringe, but he supported us from the beginning. Thank you, man.
I know. I feel like you've come a long way with us, Jay.
Yep. Wild Bill definitely just he made a point that he is not the red dot Wild Bill.
Probably still wild. Don't doubt it.
The question is, are you as wild as red dot Wild Bill? Because that dude gives me anxiety on the trail.
That guy was double dot Red Bill for a minute. He had 2 red dots.
Oh yeah, double dot.
Double dot.
We tried to claim his name as double dot, but then we sold the other one. Darn it.
Yeah, so if you guys have any questions for us, let us know. We're just going to be hanging out. We'll probably be here for an hour, hour and a half max. We got other things to do. But we wanted to come and hang out with you guys. And
I know a lot of you guys weren't here in the beginning. I already spieled this up, but I'm going to spiel it again so that way you guys are in the know. You know, a lot of our local stuff is going to be coming to an end for daytime wheeling. We're going to be doing a lot of nighttime wheeling possibly because it's so hot out here. It's going to be cracking 100 and we wheel in the nightshade when it gets that hot. But, you know, Virgil's almost got his rear steer all worked out. Like it's a big undertaking to put a completely new mechanical feature to your rig and It's been doing well. Just little gremlins. He's been dialing that. Also, we just got back from Johnson Valley. We got some killer content coming there. We were actually invited by Laser Nut and the crew to go out there and wheel with them. And they brought us on 3 trails that they had just recently broke. And they're supposedly some of the hardest trails in Johnson Valley, which is one of the most iconic places to wheel. And let me tell you, those guys are no joke. These trails legit had me shaking. Like the consequences, you know, it just were absolutely insane. Like if you made the wrong move, like there was times I questioned, like if something happened, which I was on gnarly things, so it was very plausible that would happen.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, man, I don't even know if I'd make it through this. And that's how wild these guys are. But they're some of the best wheelers I've wheeled with. The best group, like, you know, all took care of each other.
Camaraderie was really cool.
Camaraderie was cool, and the best part is they broke these trails, and we're going to be able to tell you exactly where they're at. So that way, if you guys go out to like King of the Hammers or something and want to go check out some of the gnarliest gnar there is out there, I'm going to be able to tell you exactly where it's at in the upcoming videos. I'm going to tell you what to expect, what you need to be driving, which is going to be probably the top. You know, these are definitely like I was the slum dog on the trail. Like they're like, ooh, no portals. Oh, your car's heavy. Like, ooh, I don't know why. You know, we're kind of questionable if we took you out here.
Your buggy's kind of big. Really,
they rolled me. You know, they didn't roll me. I rolled myself. But it was their trail that rolled me, and that doesn't happen often. So, pretty big stuff. I hope you guys are pumped to see that. Because I'm pumped to show you. It was an experience of a lifetime to go like. Be the first non-portal car to hit these trails and probably the 5th or 6th person to ever hit these trails, because those guys are the ones that broke it and it was the first crew. It was pretty sick.
Jay's Adventures, he said, thank you. It's always been good buggy content, cringe or not.
True. We banked on our wheeling there for a while. Still do. We're always improving, but that's part of the YouTube game, man.
Yeah, we're always learning. This guy, he's always researching. He's like, how can I make my videos better? Super cool.
Yeah, we want to make sure to give you. I mean, we love watching what we do. I started this because there wasn't enough content about what we do, so that's why I started. So I want to make the best content that I can, just for your guys' good and my own good. Like, I want to go back and watch it and be like, yeah, that was a good video.
Wild Bill says Oracle to Catalina. I cannot say this. Charulu Gap, number 736.
Good fun. Ooh.
Ooh.
You're gonna have to show us what that's about. I have no idea any of that stuff, but I'm interested.
That
you
sounds like
you have my attention.
Jay's Adventure says, can't wait to see the content after seeing some of the pics on the gram.
Oh,
Yes. So
wild.
if you want to keep up with some of the more like relative stuff that we're doing, more like what's happening now versus like our videos are usually, you know, a couple weeks after we've done it. If you want to keep up on that stuff, check us out on Instagram, because we're posting stories and pictures and stuff, so you kind of get like a sneak peek of what you're gonna see. So check that out. And Robbie says, hopefully rear steer will be my next upgrade on my buggy. Yes.
Robbie, I hope so too, man. It's definitely, you can do a lot. I mean, Virgil is a testament. Like, you can do so much with the drag axle. It really comes down to like driver and rig, knowing your rig and driver experience. But you know, rear steer definitely makes the trail more enjoyable and gives you that edge to be able to really push the limits. So
super cool. Just
it's an
a new tool.
It's an exciting jump, man. I'm pumped for you. Get it done. Dang, ammo dogs on the beach of San Hollow right now. What up? That is awesome. Oh, Burke, you missed it all. Oh, we're almost done, Burke. Oh no. Jeez, I'm so sorry. No, I'm just kidding. We just started about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. What did you miss? Just us talking about how cool Talton is, if you haven't seen our last videos, which I know that you have. Talking about how cool he is, and that we did some crazy wheeling in Johnson Valley that you're going to see soon.
Yeah, and then we're finally dropping merch. And
yeah!
So if you guys want some... Oh.
Other side.
Look at that. Wreck gear. I got it on the back. You can't see it, but this is one of the first protos that we're definitely going to have these. I love this jacket. I've been wearing it for the last week. Probably haven't even washed it. I'm a sicko. But... yeah, talking about that hydro buggy, Wild Bill. Yeah, that thing it's so crazy. That guy, if you guys read the comments, people are here nor there. It's like crazy. They're so separate on it. They either love it or they hate it. And he was one of my first wreck rides, like 5 years or 3 years ago, something like that. And it was like 5. I don't know. It was probably, it's way different now, but that rig, a lot of people think it's just like a transformer toy for a parking lot. Like, it's like a ooh-ah. But I wanted to do a video on it to give it justice, because that guy's broken some of the hardest trails in the United States. He wheels it every year for about 5 months straight when he's not working. He goes around and tours kind of the West Coast and wheels like 5 months straight. So it's super, super legit. And it works. Like, a lot of people are like, you can't make a hydro buggy work like that, or it's unreliable, or you can't do that. And it's like, dude, did you guys not watch the end of the video? This guy wheels like I can't keep up with him. It's literally, I don't think anyone else could drive that. It's such a personally unique rig, but the fact that it can do all the things that it does, and he put the mental capacity into making that happen, is just insane. So, not trying to vouch. If you hate it, you hate it. It's not my buggy. I don't care. But Alex, super cool. And I respect it so much because of its capability and ingenuity that backs it up.
Yeah, the engineering behind that is insane by itself. Like,
yeah,
it's not something that is necessarily practical to drive on a trail. And it's definitely not something that everybody's going to end up with one day. but like, man, the knowledge that it took to
But
build that or to even drive it is just insane.
But everyone's like, oh, it needs to be in a different class. Like rear steer 5 years ago was so taboo, you know, like people made, I still get made fun of for having a rear steer. Like,
Rear
that's
steer.
cheating, and yeah, all the names, and like it's terrible. Like, you know, and then all of a sudden, bam, here we are, and he's now ahead of the curve, and it may not be refined or practical for everybody's use right now, but I think in the future people are going to look at some of that technology he's thrown in there with the hydraulic raising and lowering for wheelbase and clearance issues. Like, who knows? I'm excited to see what buggies do in the future.
Super cool. Thank you, Ammo Dog. Appreciate that. That was
Ammo
so
Dog,
nice.
super support. Thank you.
Robbie Hargrave says your content is great and the explanations are very helpful. And I agree because there's a lot of things that I see on the trail filming and I'm like, that's what I think just happened. And then he reassures me when he edits the video and I watch it and I'm like, yeah, he said what I thought happened.
Here's a legit question that I could really use some feedback from you guys. I do a lot of trail explanations. Some of the trails in Arizona are kind of off the menu because of where they're located is either on private property, invite only, or things like that, to where our local content's kind of tough to show you where you can go out and wheel. But we plan on traveling a heck of a lot more, and there's a lot of good trails like in Johnson Valley per se. That was the whole thing with Laser Nut and the group that I went through, is they broke these trails for people to go wheel. They want people to have better trails to go hit, and I kind of want to, if you guys think it's good, is to start showing you more trails, like where they're located, what to expect, explain the highlights, explain the things that you should probably see on the trail, and then obviously if there's any tips or tricks or like cheat codes that you might not know to save you some of that, you know, heartache of trying to figure it out yourself, I'll give you some pointers. If that's something you guys think would be good on the channel, or you guys could tolerate hearing some of that, let me know. Do you think it's going to add value to the channel? Are you guys going to get bored and just be like, man, we want to see you guys rolling it or hanging tire or giving the stinky leg more? Then let us know. But it's an idea that I think is really cool because I'm really supportive of the wheeling community, and some of the guys that I'm wheeling with now are super supportive. And if that's an added value for you guys, I'd love to do it. So let me know. Comment.
Brian Winter says, got home early, me and the kids watching live from Port Angeles, Washington. Keep it going. Love all the content, trail or camping in the Jeep. That's super
sweet.
cool.
We're going to get some of that in here starting.
Yeah.
It's hot, so we're going to be JTing it up.
We're going to go overlanding, crawler landing.
All right, you got to set up a little jar for the kids. If we say any bad words, you can just tell them that we'll give them $1 per every time that we do that. So hit me up on Instagram. I'll make true to
it. Sorry. Amadog says, love your channel. Keep being a wolf. Thanks. And Keith, I believe it would up your channel. Oh.
Sweet. That's the feedback that I need. So you guys, if anybody else has any thoughts on that, please feel free to let me know what you think.
I think it'd be cool just for the fact that, like, if there is a cool trail that we are able to put out, being able to go check it out yourself, you know, like that's always valuable to me, in my opinion.
Well, one of the biggest things on YouTube that I had an issue, one of the biggest things I go to YouTube, and I still do that, is I'll hear of a trail, you know, and I'm like, man, I want to do that trail so bad. But if you go, you'll see like the one obstacle on the trail, and that's it. You know, it's like the big obstacle. You don't know if it's mandatory. You don't know if the whole trail's like that. You don't know anything about it. And I go to try to find some stuff, and luckily I'm able to kind of search around and get a hold of some people on Instagram, and I can piece together, but man, it's a lot of work. And I just figured if I could throw down, you know, our style video where we're pushing the limits, having a blast, cleaning the trails, but then, you know, give you guys an adequate amount, like pretty much when you finish the video, like you can decide, is this trail something I want to do, or is it like all hype and like, well, I don't want to drive a state away for one obstacle? Because that's what I always fear. Like if you're going to drive 6 hours to go to a trail and it's one obstacle and there's no other trails near it, like I don't know. It's probably not worth my time.
Yeah.
So.
Jay's Adventure says just add it in the content with a pin marking it on Onyx or some kind of mapping.
Yep, you're reading our minds here. So.
Brian Winter says, "Be broke if I had a jar. Couldn't support you at your daytime job."
Okay. Well, looks like we both have that problem. But I know your kids are watching, so I apologize.
We always tell Colby, we're like, they're not bad words, they're just adult words. And when you're an adult, you can say these words. But right now, they're adult words.
I don't know if I'd be listening to any of our parenting tips.
Jay, I'm probably going to say your last name wrong. Madore? I don't know. I know you in person, I just don't know how to say your last name.
Is that Tow Truck Jay?
Yes. Camel truck towing or used to be, I don't know how you work now.
Used to be.
He says, "What up, guys, and everyone on here? Everybody say hi to Jason."
Ooh,
or Jay.
Don't kick the table.
Robbie says, "I'm new to the buggy world after flipping my Jeep." Oh no! I love watching your content because of your description of why you're doing certain things on the trails, like front digs, etc. Yes. I think that's, the main reason why he does it is,
Yeah, I had nobody to teach me. I had to learn the hard way.
Yeah, and if we're going to learn, like, he always says, like, we all come up together, so, like, what we know, why shouldn't you know? You know what I mean? Like, we should all learn.
Yeah, yeah.
Keith says, building a buggy and not sure which motor I should use.
It
depends on your application, where you're at.
If you want to jump off the deep end, it depends on what style. If you're going super lightweight, a lot of these guys are doing some of those, Buick 6-cylinders. A lot of guys are putting, the Honda 4-cylinders in there. If you're wanting something rowdy like mine with a little power, I've got the 5.3. The 5.3 is kind of like, I like the 5.3 because it's super sturdy, but it has a lot of power, get up and go, but it's like a cast, strong, and can take a beating motor. Some people like to put like the 6.0s and some of the Corvette motors in there, which are also strong, but they're just, I feel like the 5.3 is more reliable, less power. 6.0 is more power. It
also depends on like how big is your buggy.
Yeah, how much room do you have in your chassis? It's what's your wheeling style. If you're just doing the creep, you don't need all that horsepower. And a little lightweight motor with a turb ski always gets the job done. I've seen.
A little turb ski.
But yeah, so many. If you want to hit me up on Instagram, give me some specs. Let me know what you're dealing with. If I don't know the answers, like I've got a lot of people like Paul with Bent Fab that I can reach out to and get you all the answers because he's a master of his craft. Where are we at?
Ben says, show us more trails to add to our bucket list. Yes. And ditto. If you guys have any trails, let us know. We can't hit them all like immediately, but
yeah, if you guys want to, and also like always let us know, like comment on our videos and let us know. Be like, man, I want to see you guys do this trail. Like, we probably want to do that trail. We just need an instigation to go do it. We're fiends.
Amadog says, LS baby.
LS baby. He's got a 5.32. And trust me, he beats on it. So no reason like.
I'm sorry.
Oh, we just beat on his buggy and it goes. So.
Blackbeard says, are there any mines to explore along the way to see?
Dude, so many. So many.
Bronson likes mines.
There's so many mines and like such cool history. Like I'm a super history buff. A lot of my wheeling started from like going out to try to find things people can't see. So I don't know if you're locally out here, Blackbeard, but if you are, hit me up on the gram if you want to know some cool spots. I know so many of the cool spots, like Rad Indian Ruins, some of the old TransUnion Railway that goes through Arizona, like the longest tunnel on the TransUnion Railway is out here. The largest steel dams out here. Like there's so many cool things out here that I know for history buffs or like mine or any relics like that, like Americana relics. So hit me up on IG. I'll send you some cool stuff.
Burke Motorsport says twin turbo 2JZ.
Dude, Burke, when is Forrest gonna do that? All his cars are 2Js, man, and he's talked about it's a heavy motor.
Oh.
That's the big thing. It's kind of a heavy 6-cylinder. So that's been his deterrent. But I'm sure if he gets his little grubby hands on one at some point as an extra, or maybe like an worn out race car motor or something that he could rebuild and put in the crawler, dude, that would be scary.
Robbie says I'm running a 4.3 with a doubler and Atlas. Ooh, is that a Toyota? I heard doubler. 4.3 liters.
I don't know what that's out of.
Keith says I have an LS3 in my GQ.
Maybe some.
Cranky Con, I say learn from experience, but I also need a beater to build just to keep up with Pat and that crazy Trailblazer.
Oh yeah, dude. Pat was like right down the street from us. He's a really cool dude. That guy's awesome. But yeah, get your beater up and get out there with him. And
beaters are fun. We had a Cherokee and I loved romping that thing around, dude. It'd be like, oh, there's a bunch of brush here, and I'm like, I don't care about pinstripes and stuff like that. I'm like, let's get it. I can't do that anymore.
I messed up. We bought like such a clean Cherokee. It was like squeaky clean, and didn't put sliders on it. It was on 35s, locker in the rear. And buddy, I sent it. We rolled it. We had it self-clearance.
My brother rolled it.
Self-clearance, the panels. I mean, that thing just wouldn't die. We actually sold it to the guy. He drove it back east as a daily.
Yeah, it's in Ohio now. I miss it.
We ground on that thing.
It was a good Cherokee. I love Cherokees.
Get yourself a dumpster. Go keep up with Pat.
Flintlock Glock. That guy sounds fun. Have y'all ever wheeled Potemsi? And I probably said that wrong. And if so, would you again?
We haven't yet. We've heard of it a lot. I can't even remember where it's at. There's a lot of parts.
Texas.
Oh, Texas. No, we haven't done any Texas wheeling. We would love to hit there and the Wolf Caves.
I was just talking about Buc-ee's. I want to go wheeling Texas and go to a Buc-ee's.
Yeah, she's on the Buc-ee's craze like everybody else.
It's cool. My coworker walked in with a Buc-ee's shirt today. I was like, I want to go. Go Forrest, go! Yeah. MDP Off-road, wanting to start a new chassis or chassis. Did you guys catch that in that one video? Bronson said chassis and everybody made fun of it.
Dude, we get the best comments when I say chassis.
Anyways, wanting to start a new chassis, front engine or rear engine, why?
If you're going to single seat, do a rear engine. If you're going to do a 2-seat, do a front engine. And the reason why is because with a single seat, you can really get everything a lot lower that way, and then you can center it a lot better. And it's actually a better center of gravity. But that's like full comp stuff. If you're doing 2-seat, it's really not worth the wait. It's just really not worth panning it out. It's better to have a front, just because of weight distribution. I'm not an expert. I'm not a builder, but this is just what I see on all the rigs and the people that I talk to, which are experts and builders. But if you're going to do a 2-seat, do a front engine. Just make sure that engine's pushed way back and then as low as you possibly can. And then obviously you're going to have your transmission tunnel that's going to be covering a lot of that. So
slip. Jason says, I love my beater. You do have a pretty sweet XJ. What was it called? Felon?
Yeah. This guy had a Cherokee and it was called Felon because it was either the guy that
he bought.
The guy who had it shot the Storage Wars kid, and then that Jeep got impounded in his tow yard and he bought it, so he called it Felon. Super like ooh.
Dude, so he wheeled the crap out of it too.
He did, man. Dude's wild.
There's a group of Cherokee out here. Oh yeah. Box Nation.
Dude, those boxes, they do what they shouldn't do. And it's awesome. Exchange to the wind.
Rugged Mountain Ranch. That's where Talton says we need to go. Rugged Mountain. Where is that one? Is that like Oklahoma or Tennessee?
Sounds like, yeah, I think it's in Oklahoma. Yeah, and if you guys ever want to know where to go, that guy's doing the things to let you know.
Yeah.
And he does like really good reviews, you know. He's kind of showing you like what parks, like how nice the parks are. like what to expect for camping, and also he goes out and wheels and shows you what to expect at the
We
parks.
believe that Talton's worth investing in. We love watching his videos.
Yeah, that guy's gonna be a big deal later.
For sure.
So buy your Bitcoin now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for all those that started with us and have made it this far, this guy is gonna do the same. In our opinion. Allegedly. Robbie says I flipped at Wolf Caves. Ew.
Oh man, Wolf Caves is one of those places that's on the list, man.
What's that one trail that there's like the fence line and you have to like go up and you kind
There's
of
like a flag there.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Gridlock rolled on it.
Yeah, I want to go there.
It's hard
I think that's like Tennessee, right? No, Wolf Caves.
Wolf Caves.
Wolf
Yeah.
Caves.
Get it straight. Oh man, Jay Nelson, what's up? 60 LQ9.
Yeah.
LQ9 in mine. You're a poet. You're a dirty poet and you know it.
Paul says, make sure you stock up on relays.
Paul, it happened again. Happened again in California at Johnson Valley. Just got back this weekend.
This guy.
Dude, I have no idea why my
We need to relocate those relays.
My rig runs off of fuel and new relays.
You'd think we'd have more relays on hand, knowing this has been like plaguing us for like 2 years.
We're rock crawlers, man. We hope for the best and send it. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's a rowdy adventure. Let's go.
Anybody want to come over and relocate some relays? You're invited.
Talton says in Burris Valley, Oklahoma.
Ah!
Okie.
I knew it was Oklahoma.
Heading to Okie. Talton
Yes.
for the win.
See,
Yeah,
Bert knows.
Dude, they're diamonds.
Talton.
They're diamonds in the rough, man. Get out there. This dude's killing it.
All right, Ammo Dog says, "Are you gonna have a 10,000 subscriber party? You're getting close."
If we ever get there,
Dude,
I've been chasing 10K for 10 years. No, it hasn't been that
It's
long.
not
But
10 years. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
like, what's it? What kind of? You guys tell us. What should we do? What kind of 10K party should we do?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Is there anything you'd like to see?
Should I go swimming in puddles again because my buggy breaks? I could do that.
No.
Should we go like have this big freaking like party at Laser Town with like big bonfires and laser lights and fireworks?
Laser Town is not somewhere we can just invite people to.
Oh, okay.
Flag Hill, straight up, then hard right off camber turn. Yes. So I wonder if that's gonna be easy, just if we could just like grab it, or if
It's
there's
so
more
tough,
than
like,
meets the eye.
I saw a Gridlock roll it, and that doesn't mean a lot. He's got a monster truck, you know what I mean? Like
Flintlock Glock, $10 for my Ultra 4 build.
Oh, dude, she would kill it racing.
Oh my gosh, I've got too much anxiety. I like slow.
You have anxiety until you drive.
Who was it? Somebody used to comment on our videos because I always would be caught wearing Uggs on the trail. And they were saying that UGG should sponsor my either crawler or Ultra 4 car build. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks. Anyways, appreciate it. Sorry, I totally cut you off. I got real excited.
Oh, I don't care. I'm used to it. It's a small thing I have to deal with. Dude, by the way, again, you guys supporting by, like, it's crazy. Thank you, Flintlock. Thank you, Ammo Dog.
Yes. Thank you.
It's too much. It's too much. Like, we super appreciate the support. Like, we're just doing what we love and really trying to pump out some content for you guys to enjoy when you're not wheeling it.
Yeah, I mean, we say it all the time. We're just trying to put out the content that, like, we want to watch when we sit down and pull up YouTube, you know?
And it really makes my heart bleed when I see you guys care that much. It means so much to me.
Ammo Dog says we should have a sub run on our favorite Arizona trail. Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh, you guys. Brian, tearing me
Brian,
up. Thank you,
you.
Brian. You guys are so cool. What the heck?
Brian says, for the only salesperson who talks wheeling, trucks, and camping, find me some good deals so I can buy some more Yoda parts.
Let's
Ooh.
go, dude. Let's go. I'll find you some parts. You guys are the freaking coolest.
Talton says, I'm going to Black Hills. Can't wait. Black Hills is in South Dakota, right? Or
Yeah. Or it's.
Is it Iowa or Idaho?
Idaho.
What's in Black or South Dakota then? I thought there was something like that.
They're super close to each other. We have friends. I'm pretty sure it's in Idaho. Where is Black Hills? Someone tell us.
We'll remember eventually.
We only know the Southwest, and that consists of California, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, and Utah. Outside of that, we don't even know what we're doing, but we want to. So.
Wait, what is there to wheel in Nevada?
Well, we haven't wheeled there.
Logandale is what I know of.
Yeah.
Jay said a 10,000 sub run would be badass.
Maybe we should go to Havasu, and that way we could hit some Havasu trails and then party on the beach. Sounds fun.
Yes.
As long as nobody drowns. A lot of people drown at Havasu. It's a concern. Dude, are you serious? Dude, these guys keep freaking supporting us, man.
Thank you, Keith.
Keith, thank you. Dude,
that was really nice, guys.
Jeez.
Okay, let me get back on track. I'm getting
now
lost.
I feel like I need to really pump out some content for you guys, man.
Brian says fire-resistant racing Uggs.
Dude, could you imagine if she got freaking...
I would be in heaven.
Could you imagine if she got through race spec with some fire-resistant Uggs? Like, just like, yeah, I got my race suit and I got my fire-resistant Uggs. Like, that's how we roll.
Oh my gosh, I love Uggs. I'm always cold, that's why.
Dude, could you imagine if we could have some, like, freaking Ret Gear Ugg merch? No, that's dumb.
I did make some custom bands for us one time that had our Band-Aids on it. They were sick.
I still wear them. They're wore out.
Yeah, I can make you guys some custom bands, but they're like $100 each.
Keith, I gotta say thank you again. That was super cool. Thank you to everyone who's supporting.
So nice
I'm blown away.
Flintlock Glock says, man, thank y'all for teaching us through wisdom and mistakes and keeping the trails clean. Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, man, we're just doing what we really feel should be done, and it's super cool that you guys dig it. And you know, like, one of the things is, like, you know, back in the day, I was like, man, like, telling people, like, what I'm doing, wheeling, it's super self-explanatory, and that's just because, you know, the people I wheel with, my peers, I'm just like, they know what I'm talking about. Like me telling Forrest, like, oh, we're gonna front dig here. He's like, duh, bro, that's what we do. And like, I like to think back when I was starting to wheel, and like, I had no idea what I was doing. And where I live, the community wasn't very strong. Like, it was very cliquey. Not a lot of people wanted to wheel with you. No one wanted to give you a chance.
Dude, it's all ego, you know, where it's like, oh, you drive a Cherokee.
We live in a small town, so don't, like, you know, they're not the smartest people here, like the most supportive. But it was a big struggle having to try to rock crawl in a town that no one really rock crawled. No one wanted to advance. They just like to get in their little cliques and go hang out, you know, and no one helped me. So like, I have to think past the whole telling people, like, I'm like, man, I feel dumb trying to tell somebody what I'm doing. Like, you know, because I think of the people that I'm trying to wheel with. And then I remind myself where I came from and how much it would have meant to me and how many parts it would have saved or how much frustration. And it should be out there. I feel like it should be out there. Like, it should be common knowledge. People should support each other. Like, this sport is it's such a good community. And then as you get bigger, the ego gets bigger and it gets hard. It can get harder. And I want to crush that. And, you know, like, we wheeled with Cody Wagner this weekend. We wheeled with Juicy Whips, Jeremy Reese, and that's Jeremy on the Rocks. And it was like a breath of fresh air, because those are some big time wheelers, and they wheeled just how I would have ever wished them to wheel. Like, super supportive. We all get through the trail. We push each other, but we always help each other. And, you know, we went on a limb. We went by ourselves all the way out there to wheel with these guys we've never wheeled with before. And it like gave me that sense of community. And I just want to pass it along. I want you guys to like have someone to lean on if you don't. If you do, that's great. And then hopefully I reinforce it. And then obviously cleaning up the trails, it's such a simple thing. Like there's not that much trash on the trails, but you know, the trash that is there, whether it's washout trash from the highway because those idiots just throw stuff out and then the water drains it down into our canyons and trails, to just like if there is like a bad egg out there that doesn't care and tossing their beers, like we see it and we're like, oh, I mean, we all say it. Like I grew up watching people like, oh man, it sucks people throw beers out there and they drive on by. It's like, that's just like bending over and grabbing a beer. That's the easiest thing we're going to do all day.
Yeah.
And if we all did it, guess what? We'd have the cleanest trails ever. Forest Service BLM would respect us more, make sure to keep the trails open. All the off-road parks would appreciate us more, want to keep us open, and then people would like really respect the wheeling community. Back in the day, they really used to do that. Like back in the 50s, like I read this article how the off-road community was kind of like the, they had a really good term for it, but they were the stewardess of the land is how they explained off-roaders. And I feel like a lot of, you know, side-by-sides being so easy to buy and just anybody can buy a side-by-side, whether they're smart or not. Like it's the ones that aren't smart that are ruining it for us. But the ones who are smart, we can overrun those guys. There's so much more of us good outdoorsmen and wheelers. So that's my rant. Thank you for appreciating it. Thank you guys for doing it, because when you guys comment, you know, if there's new people into off-road that are going on there and they're seeing us clean the trash, and if they think that we're cool, then they will do it. And then when they see you guys reinforcing it, saying, thanks for cleaning up the trash, or hey, we cleaned up this trail, or hey, we picked up five cans on this trail, it's 5 cans cleaner. Like people see that and they relate it, like I can do that too. So keep doing it and keep commenting and keep sharing that you're doing that, because we can totally make us the stewardess of the outdoors again.
Yeah, it was really cool actually. On our way back from California, we go through Parker to get home, Parker, Arizona. And there was part of the highway that is adopted by the Parker four-wheelers, which means that they're out there cleaning up that part of the highway, and that was so cool to me.
There was not a speck of trash.
It was so cool.
It was the cleanest highway I've ever been on. Super sick.
Everybody confirmed that the Black Hills are indeed in South Dakota.
Yes. I knew it.
Talton says it's near Mount Rushmore too. I'm pretty stoked about that.
Dang. I've been there once when I was a little kid. It's pretty crazy.
Where did we go? Sturgis? Is that where it is or near there?
I don't know, but I've been to Sturgis. I saw a moose there. One of the only 2 mooses I've seen in my life was in Sturgis. You're welcome.
Ammo Dog said I was stationed at Ellsworth Air Force Base in Rapid City.
Ammo Dog.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service, man. I didn't know that. I shake every service member's hand. I'm going to shake yours in person, but thank you so much.
Joe Carmen said it's starting to get hot. What's the content plans for the summer?
So content plans for the summer is obviously we hide in the nightshade. So we out here, we literally can only wheel at night when it gets to 100 or above. Any part of the buggy that you touch, even when it's just sitting still, including your steering wheel, your roof, anything, it will literally burn your skin. So we wheel in the nightshade, which is super fun. We love night wheeling. So we're going to get some of those trips in. And then we're also going to take out the JT. Like, as much as we're buggy people, I started off wheeling in Jeeps, and I started off wheeling in stock Jeeps, and I still love that aspect, and I never want to lose that aspect. So we will be doing a little bit of that. We don't get a whole lot of support on that. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty cool. Like it's different.
It's beautiful.
It's different. It's not as hardcore, but there is some like pretty good value in our adventure trips. So we're gonna have a couple adventure trips, a lot of night wheeling. And, you know, if I can swing it, I'd love to go wheel in Colorado. Like,
yes.
love. And I think that's a good place for the summer to go wheel.
Thank you, Talton. We appreciate your support, dude. That was so cool.
Man.
Jay said I did a trail break last month on a new trail out here, which is Havasu. That would be rad for all size of rigs, even us drag axles. Drag axle lives matter.
Hey, tell me more. You know, I'll go down there and I'll wrestle Jimmy Johnson's feathers and we'll get on it.
Poor Talton. So that ego is very much alive in Sand Hollow. Womp womp.
Unfortunately, ego's a thing, but you know what? Don't ever let that discourage you. There is a lot of ego or clickiness sometimes in off road, but that's only the people that you shouldn't be wheeling with. So remember that. There are wheelers out there that wheel just like you, and if you can't find them, hit me up on Instagram and I will get you with a group.
I mean,
Anywhere
we get that
in the
all
country.
the time too.
I know so many wheelers. I will find someone for you to wheel with, so do not get discouraged and never stop wheeling because of other people. That's almost happened to me so many times where I couldn't find people to wheel with. I didn't want to wheel alone. I got discouraged and almost stopped wheeling when I was younger. Don't ever do that. There is people out there that are awesome, and I will, if you can't find them yourself, I will help. I promise.
Yeah, and I mean, we still deal with the ego. It's just no matter where you go or what you do or where you're at. Robbie, thank you.
Thank you. You guys are
we
freaking.
Appreciate you guys so much.
Like I don't have the words. You guys are clamming me up with this stuff, man. Like I never thought that like the support would be this strong ever. So it means so much.
That is super cool.
Jeez.
Ammo Dog says we just described Ammo Dog's wheeling life in California, and that's why he's making moves.
Make those moves, man. And I know some good people in California too. So if you need direction, you know Ammo Dog. You just hit me up.
Jay says, Talton, if you get out to Havasu with the family, look to show you around. I think he's saying like hit him up and he'll show you around.
Yeah, Jason knows what's up. And the Havasu people, that's one
Havasu
community.
Havasu people are top tier.
That is one community, Lake Havasu. Every wheeler out there is literally the wheeler you want to know. They're so good. We've never met so many wheelers with such good intentions. Like, it's amazing.
Brian said, I wish people would clean up after themselves more down here in southern Arizona. Yeah, you're going to see that anywhere, honestly. I hate to be like that person. I don't want to sound terrible, but like if a side-by-side can make it there, you're definitely going to be faced with that because there's a lot of irresponsible people that do happen to own side-by-sides that are just out there having a good time and not caring about the land.
And I've legit came to the point that we could wish in one hand that they cleaned up after themselves, or you know what in the other, and see which one fills up. Like, it's really our response. Like, it comes down to we're the ones that care, and it's not that big of a deal. And hopefully if we can come together as a community, make it super cool to clean that stuff up and be the cool wheelers and the people pushing the limits and the people that they're going to look at, and then it's going to inspire them. That's the best way we can do. We could shame them, but they're not going to care. They're going to go out and do it the same again. And if we get frustrated and not pick it up, like then, like obviously it's not our fault, but like we can do better. There's more of us out there that are better wheelers and that can clean the trail than there is bad people. So let's just show them that we can run them off.
Yeah.
We can outrun them cleaning it up, I promise.
Paul says, do you think your daughter will become a wheeler too?
It's tough having a daughter. Like, this is one of those weird things. She goes through her phases where sometimes she's like super into off-road, and that's like she'll cry if we go without her on a trip, and it's like heartbreaking, you know. And it's like, you know, the hammers, we don't want to take a 10-year-old. The hammers is very overwhelming, and it's very exhausting, and it's a lot for a 10-year-old. But she'll like cry if she doesn't get to go, and then sometimes she's like, I don't know, you know, she's 10, she doesn't know yet. So, and we're firm believers that, you know, my whole family thought off-roading was dumb. Dylan, if you're still on here, my brother, you know that my whole family's like, ooh, off-roading, like who cares? You know what I mean? But like, it's a big deal, and I believe that Colby needs to do whatever she wants. If she wants to wheel, I will support her, and we will do everything we can to give her the best wheeling opportunity possible, and I think we're capable of doing that. But if she decides this isn't what she wants to do, then she doesn't need to. But as of right now, she loves to go out. She loves to climb the rocks. She likes to ride some of the stuff. She likes to clean the trails. We're gonna take it one step at a time, and as she gets older and figures it out.
She's definitely under the impression that she's gonna get my Gladiator as her first car, and she just came up with that on her own, and she's living in a fantasy world. But
she's gonna have that.
she's pretty set on it.
She'll
And if not, she wants a Cherokee.
If she gets good grades, which she is kicking butt. She kicks butt at school. She'll have that Gladiator.
Yeah. Flintlock Glock says, I don't know if it's possible, but have you thought of a first-person video on how to pick lines and identifying the less obvious hang-ups? Ooh, that's a really good idea.
It is possible. It's something I have to, every time I go out. So I have this balance, and one of the things is we would be a much better channel if we were just content creators. Like I've noticed YouTube, and I always struggle. I want to grow on YouTube. I want to get more of a base, and I want to be successful at what I'm doing, and then still wheel. But like one of my biggest rules when we go out is it's wheeling first, content second. You know what I mean? It's family, then wheeling, then content. And I never hold up anybody wheeling. And we are finding more people who appreciate what we do in our niche. A lot of people we go wheeling with, they're afraid that if they roll, that they're going to have 10,000 people or more on the internet see them roll, and they're going to look silly. And I try to tell them, like, we're wheeling some of the hardest stuff in the country. Like, if you roll, like, you're pushing the limits, you know what I mean? Like, don't be shy and, like, be proud. Like, you're pushing the limits. Like, you know, and this is just a good way to show people, like, you know, the risk reward and, like, all the values of wheeling and why we do it and the adrenaline. And like if we weren't ever going to roll, like it wouldn't be hard and it wouldn't really be desirable to try to do an obstacle. But like trying to figure in, like sometimes like I have a bad problem with trying to stop the flow of the trail to explain some of that stuff. So I'm working it in slowly as I can learn to make it happen fast. Like if I can throw a 360 somewhere, or if Jess can get a close up with me doing it. But we've had this awesome subscriber, SnowRunner, like he hooked us up with a 360 so you could see inside my rig while I'm wheeling. I need to figure out the best angle of me working some stuff there, and then maybe me getting better at talking while I'm doing that. Sometimes I shut down like because I'm so hyper focused while I'm wheeling, and some of the obstacles take that. But maybe I can try to start talking more in that and just getting the outside view and breaking it down. And it's good advice. I want to push to do that, and it's been some goals, and sometimes I veer away from it because it's hard. But it doesn't, just because it's hard doesn't mean it's not going to happen. I'm going to figure it out. Thanks for the advice, and I will take that. I will take that heavy and try to put that in there. And if it's going to be helpful for you guys, I'm going to do everything I can to make that happen.
Paul says we better start the build and vlog if she does, in reference to Colby wheeling.
Yeah, no, absolutely. She's, and again, a 10-year-old is so all over the place. Like, there's one day she'll come in and she's like, I want my own YouTube channel. I'm like, I can show you. Like, I can teach you. And like, she's like, I don't want to wheel like the heavy stuff yet. I'm like, do you want to get into RC cars? And like, that way you can start figuring out the lines. We can get you some comps and stuff. And then I'm like, hang on, wheeler dad, I don't want to like push her into what I want her to do. She needs to decide what she wants to do. And I feel she is heavy in love with wheeling. So I know for a fact, like, she's always going to be a part of it. I just don't want to, I want her to be independent and her to decide herself. So yeah, if that happens, you know what's going to happen. So
Sean Pierce says, come hang up in the Northeast.
Dude, we seriously, we just need to get bigger. Like, that's one of the biggest things. Like, we've always been like that. YouTube's best kept secret in off-road. You know what I mean? And we've got some of the biggest off-road channels who love to watch us. And for some reason, I guess I wheel more than I content, or wheeling is priority number one to me. So maybe I don't grow as fast as we should, but if I could, that's our goal. If we can grow to the point to where I can wheel full time, then we are going to trout. Like, I don't even care about having a house. I just want to race. Our trailer is set up. It's good. Have my buggy in there. Have contacts all over in case my buggy needs some maintenance. And we'd love to go out there and hit everything with you guys. And I believe it's going to happen. Like, I've got the drive. I've got the passion for wheeling that I think it's going to happen. So you better buckle up. I'm coming. I just don't know when yet.
Spencer says he's listening in the garage while he tears into his buggy. Yeah.
Tear it up, buddy. Let's
Get
go.
it done. Cranky Con says, I'm not ready for the heat coming. I'm not either, but I am a little grateful because we're in northern Arizona, so it's a little bit cooler.
It's been cool. It's been
Phoenix.
cool for a while, too. We've had a pretty slow summer build up.
Talton said tonight's IPAs are sponsored by us watching this chat.
No kidding. Thank you guys.
Buy us a
Thank
drink. That's awesome.
Dude, they bought us like,
They bought us a couple
I
of
can't believe the support. Again, everybody who's really supported us tonight, like, that was wild. Thank you. Still have no words.
Ammo Dog says, I'm heading to Colorado in July to wheel with Wheelin' Out West. Can you swing it? We're going to Colorado in July, but it's going to be in my Gladiator.
We might get out. Yeah, we might get out in the buggy up there. We have a lot of friends. Randy with Jimmy's 4x4. We're good friends with him. He's the one that makes my hood, by the way, if you guys ever want to know what hood I'm running. It's Jimmy's 4x4 hood. We also, we know a lot of people, like Nick Nelson's a frequent flyer up there. He's got some homies up there that really know the area. Also Eric's a good friend of ours. He's building a rear steer. He's the guy that had that green Jeep with the rowdy motor that we did rec rides on. He's building a rear steer right now. It's almost done. So there's quite a few people that want to show us around up there. If Wheelin' Out West wants to show us around too, we'd be more than happy to go out there with them. But we just don't know when. You know us. We fly by the seat of our pants. We don't commit at all because we never know where we're at.
Robbie says, Ammo Dog, thank you for your service. Again, yes, thank you for your service.
Yeah.
And he says, my daughter's fixing to be headed to Korea in the Air Force.
Wow, Robbie.
Thank your daughter for us also. That's so cool.
She's a bad bee, man. That's awesome. Air Force, good on her. Sweet.
Jonathan Nelson says, Dakota Territory Challenge.
Let's go. Let's see, someday. You know it's coming. You know. You know there's going to be a day. I'm not stopping until I can go do all this stuff you guys are saying. So don't know when, but I'm not stopping until I do it. So it'll happen.
Brian says, I just recently discovered your content, which is awesome, by the way. Keep it up. Thank you.
Thank
you,
you, Brian.
said, where are you more or less based out of?
We are in so we're in the center of we live right smack dab in the center of Arizona, like around Prescott, Arizona area. So most of our wheeling is a little more south towards Phoenix. It's like in between. It's it's all scattered in between Phoenix and Prescott area. So
Sean says, let me know when you want to come up. I'll hook you up with some great properties to wheel. And he's referring to Northeast.
Sweet. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go. I'm pumped. We'll get there.
Jay said, it's too hot to wheel the new trail right now in Havasu, but as soon as it cools 100%, we'll hit you up. To Jason, Chet, and Chris from Parker Four Wheelers, a few cool waterfalls to go. We like waterfalls.
Dude, love waterfalls. Yeah, so Marvin is a good friend of ours. We talk to him all the time. He actually hit us up, like he found our channel and wanted to do what we did, which is awesome. And I should probably be more into like trying to push and get in there, but I believe in my followers finding us and supporting us. I want the best followers out there, and every one of you guys, like I would say the majority of the almost 10,000 that we have are the most loyal followers. If you look through our comments, I've never heard a YouTuber say, like, every YouTuber I've met's like, man, the comments are terrible. The comments, you just don't read your comments. I read every single comment. I respond back to every single comment. And every single comment that I've probably had 3 bad comments in the whole entire career of our YouTube channel. And it's because I want to tailor to the people that matter. I don't want people jumping on here and not wanting to be a part of this community. So I don't want to have a bunch of Marvin's followers jump over here and you guys are dangerous. Oh, you guys are wild. You know what I mean? Like I want people that are here like that get in the groove. And Marvin's one of them. Marvin gets in the groove. We do have there's been a lot of talk with me and him on some future stuff, so stay tuned on that. He loves the rowdy wheeling.
He's super supportive of our channel.
Yeah, he loves the buggy stuff. He's definitely freaking like leader in the juggy sick Jeep build stuff, but he's got a soft spot for the heavy, gnarly, crazy top dog wheeling. So he's always watching our stuff, supporting us, and he's a good friend that we have. Blessed to have him as a friend.
Jade S says, you guys come wheeling in South Dakota and I'll wrench on your rig if you need help. Do you want to relocate some relays for us?
We'll accept relays.
Jay says, will we ever get an update on Floozy or maybe video with the new owners? Probably not.
No,
I don't think so.
I can't believe you didn't follow that whole fiasco, but
yeah,
there was a big Facebook fiasco on how I was such a mean person for selling him that for a super steal, because it didn't have a console and stuff, and it's just one of those things. It was a new wheeler that didn't know the difference between a Jeep and like a 1-ton off-roader. So it's still out there. It's actually all black with purple links, purple cage, and it's unrecognizable compared to when I had it. Still looks sick. The kid's gotten into wheeling. He's done a lot of cool stuff with it, and he's growing as a wheeler. So I'm super proud of it and proud of him and taking it on more adventures. But Floozy is no longer in the wrecked gear wheelhouse, unfortunately.
And that's okay.
Yeah, it's doing lots of good for doing exactly what she did for me. So it's good.
Corey says, love your content. Just like to see you guys wheel. The trails you pick are super challenging. Love seeing it. Thank you, Corey. We appreciate your support.
Yeah, we're super blessed to be able to go do these trails, and they are. I wish again, you guys see that they're challenging. If you saw them in person, it's next level. Like, video will never ever give what we do justice.
Yeah.
But if you wheel and you can calibrate the difference between camera and like real person, and you've actually been on the trail and seen the difference, you can kind of regulate how big the stuff that we're doing is, and it's pretty wild.
Burke Motorsport said, y'all said Prescott wrong. So Prescott, he grew up in Prescott.
I grew up here, and I still believe that you don't call Prescott because you don't call Biscuit Biscott, okay? And I'm sticking to that.
I call it both. It just depends on how I'm feeling.
Most
here in Prescott,
most the out-of-staters that move here that want to feel local really push on that Prescott thing because they want to feel local, but no local cares. Prescott, whatever.
I don't care. I'm not from here. I'm from the valley.
Just like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Flint Lock Block says, oh, that makes sense. I respect that philosophy. Stay true to you. One thing for me too, back to the, jumping on with other people to kind of gain a following. I really like the fact that a lot of our people are organic, and like Corey just said, he just found our content, and I just think that's so cool because I feel like I bond more with those channels when I find them on my own, where you're like, oh, I want to watch this type of content, and then you go and find it and you're like, this is my person. This is who gives me the best version of the content that I'm looking for. I really think that's cool, and so I guess doing it on our own is really just like it means more to us, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So, in saying that, thank you everybody that's here, because you really have shown us such great support.
Everybody here, we had some super supporters tonight, which, seriously is setting me back. It's like, I have no words, but everybody that's here watching and everyone that's a part of this, how many people we have? 38? We have 38 people here. We threw this on a cusp. Honestly, I didn't have a video ready.
We never tell anybody.
We didn't have a video ready because we had a 3-day weekend, and I literally wheeled the hardest stuff I've ever wheeled in my life. And it took some time to recover from that, because it was just, I think, the stress and the tenseness and the amount of focus, and it was really hot out there. And we got back, and I was like, man, I could push one, but I didn't want to push a a bad quality video out. And I was like, dude, we haven't spent time with our subs in a while. We're doing it live, and we'll get back on that video train next week. And I'm so glad we did, because we have 38 of you guys here. You guys are spending big time with us. And
we got about 20 minutes left before I bail the scene.
Yeah, you guys support us, and just being here to watch us, like, it makes us keep going. You know what I mean? Like, we could easily go do this without filming it, and it would be a lot less work, a lot less financial and stuff like that. But knowing that I help you guys out, knowing that I'm worth your guys' time, and there's so many repeat offenders on here that I see.
Repeat offender?
They come on our lives and comment on our videos that I'm just like, man, I'm so proud to get out there, push it, get content, and you guys are my friends, you know? You guys are the people that I look forward to talking to you every time we get on a live. I look forward to commenting back with you guys. I look forward to hearing your guys' buggy builds. I look forward to hearing where you guys wheeled. I look forward to seeing Burke Motorsports, you know, meeting him on the trail, and then him telling me, you know, coming out to a subscriber run, and then him telling me the achievements he's made on the trail. And, you know, it's like, I love catching up with you guys. You guys are the best.
It's super cool. Like, you guys are rooting for us, and then we're over here and we get to root for you. Like, I think that's so cool. I mean, happy.
as much as you guys like watching our content, I love, like, keeping up with all you wheelers. Like, it means so much.
Yeah. Where are we? Kevin says, it's crazy you guys read and respond and are great with it all. And yes, you guys are wild. Bronson's really good at reading all the comments. I was for a while, but I've kind of been slacking, so I'm sorry. But if you ever see a comment from Rocky or Jess, it's me. But thank you. Bronson's really good at that. Paul asked, who came up with the Wreck Gear logo?
Dude, that was all Virgil, man. So we were... Wait, which one? We did the band... Like, we've done the Band-Aids. We did, like, a lot of our, like, flag logos and stuff were from...
This one was Virgil.
Years ago. But this one, you know, like, I'm really good at videos and stuff like that, but I'm a perfectionist when it comes to, like, looking at a logo.
I get overwhelmed.
And I just literally am my worst enemy. And I turned to Virgil. I'm like, Virgil, what do we... Like, I'm struggling here. And he went and was like, all of a sudden he's like, hey man, what do you think of this? I've been working on it for like a week and dealing with some people to do it. What do you think of this? And I was like, oh my gosh.
We needed it so bad.
That's exactly what I wanted. So, big kudos to Virgil. That's a sick logo and something that I can be proud of to have back there. You know, obviously Wreck Gear, you know, having a gear like that that's been wrecked, it's in the way the style is and everything. It's something I can feel is I can be proud of.
So Robbie's asking if it's possible to get a large Wreck Gear sticker, and would really like one to put on the roof of your buggy. So I absolutely can make that. Yeah. I made this. This one is from end to end. I think it's like 20 inches. I can make that, but my problem is I don't know how to mail them without messing them up. Like, I don't want to crease them and send them in the mail, so I gotta...
We tube it. I know.
Yeah.
I got you. I know how to do it.
Well, I can make those. I need to get more vinyl, but right now I have matte black and matte white for sure.
Hit us up on IG.
Yeah, if you can, send me a message on Instagram. I'm making some for Ammo Dog too, so let me know. And if you guys really do want those, our website's getting really close to being finished. It's like fine tuning right now, and then just kind of posting stuff up there for like a pre-order and stuff. But if you want, I can make these for you guys.
Yeah, and if you guys, if that's something that a lot of you guys want, some of the big logos, that's something we haven't thought about putting on there. So if there's more of you guys that want that, we'll throw it up.
Yeah.
We got some cool stuff. We're also gonna have we're not only gonna just have some merch, like we're gonna have some sick merch, but we're also gonna have like that rope holder that I have. I asked like literally every video, where do you get that rope holder? And it's a good friend of mine. He's up in Washington.
Yes,
He's Cody. Cody's got it going on. But just the advertisement and his service is bad up there. Like, we've got a deal where we're going to house a lot of the buggy parts to his business on our site. So there's going to be steering wheel holders, some sick, pretty, like, very nice, simple mirror holders.
Niche stuff that you would
like
want.
super
for our
niche,
budget.
buggy stuff that we use and like. You know, I'm not responsible enough for mirrors. I literally break them all the time.
But he loves them.
They're
so
the best.
nice.
Like I've tried so hard. Like, dude, talk about like cheat code, man. When you can see both tires that you're turning, it was great. But they don't last about 2 hours in my wheeling because I just grind on everything. But we're gonna have those rope holders. We're also gonna have some axle helmets. We might even have some custom Ret Gear axle helmets. We super believe in your safety. Like I don't wear one often. I only wear it when I'm scared. Let me tell you, I think I wore that thing more than I didn't in Johnson Valley. I was scared, you know whatless. And that helmet gives you that extra security to push the limits. Like you feel you can push the limits and not damage yourself. So just like 4-point harnesses and
It
a
makes
helmet.
me feel better when you wear a helmet.
Yeah, I mean you'll see every time I get up to something, I'm like, oh my god, I'm nervous. She goes for the helmet. I'm like, thank you. Like I don't.
Well, how do you feel about this? He's like,
I have a bump
helmet.
on my head right here. I've got like a little bump there that's never gone away from about 6-7 years ago, from when I rolled and hit my head on a bar, and it could have been a lot worse. So I'm a firm believer in if you're gonna do some sketchy stuff, wear the sketchy equipment.
It's
to get
crazy
you through.
too because we've seen helmets physically protect our friends on the trails at least a handful of times minimally.
Yeah.
You know, like on the low end.
And you know, Forrest is one of those people that, you know, Forrest is the biggest adrenaline junkie, best driver I've ever seen. And I remember I'd wear a helmet, and he's like, "Why are you wearing a helmet?" And then all of a sudden, guess what? If you ever watch Forrest, he wears a helmet all the time because
It's just
he's
smart.
like, "Man, I want to push limits. I need the stuff to push limits. Let's go." So he wears one more than me. I need to get more up on that game. But we'll have some helmets on there, and hopefully we'll have some like sick Ret Gear helmets, like some renditions through axle that'll be a little extra.
And if there's anything that you want to see as far as merch, let us know. We may or may not be able to make it happen, but let us know what kind of stuff you want.
Yeah.
Flintlock Glock says, offenders get caught. We're delinquents.
Yes. We are delinquents. Thank you.
Bum Dog said, I found you guys a long time ago and love the laid back vibe and how family oriented you guys are. This isn't some big flashy ego driven channel. Keep it up. Thank you.
You know, it's funny you say that. Our biggest issue I think we have is when we meet people in person, we're exactly how we are on the videos, and people tell us that, and a lot of people don't like. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, it's Ret Gear. Hey, and I'm like, hey buddy, nice to meet you. I'm as excited to meet you as you are to meet me, you know? And they're just like, what? I'm like, let's go wheel. They're like, are you serious? Like, it's almost like I don't quite have that persona that people are looking for. I'm just a dude that likes to wheel, that helps community. She's just a chick that wheels like crazy, that films,
Runs
helps.
around with a GoPro.
Dude, like, we are exactly what we are, and I love... And that may be why we don't go as far as YouTube, because we don't have as much like glam and like extra like things that YouTube's looking for. But we're super proud that we are who we are. When you meet us,
We're gonna make it our own way.
You're gonna meet us, and whenever you guys meet us, you're gonna be like, "Oh man, these guys are just like this, like literally like the video. Like, what the heck?" So.
Yeah, it's true.
We're not any cooler in person. We're just how we are in the videos.
Burke Motorsports said group hug.
Group hug.
Alright,
come on.
Bring it in. Alright, Burke says, thanks Virgil for the logo. Or thanks Virgil, I like the logo. That's what he actually said. Right?
You can read sometimes.
I said it whatever I wanted to say. Jay said, you guys are rad. I love watching your videos and look forward to wheeling with you any chance we get. Hopefully soon I won't be wheeling a rent-a-ride. Have a wonderful night. Bye, Jay. Thanks
See
for
you
hanging
later,
out.
Jay.
Jay said yes, or different Jay. Jay's Adventures said yes on logos and cardboard tubes to ship. Thank you.
Yep, that's all I was thinking.
Robbie says, I bought the same rope holder after seeing it. I love it.
Dude, do you use it? Like, seriously, we go out with some really... like rad wheelers, and they're just like, man, why do you have that? You know what I mean? And I was the same way. I'm like, I don't need a kinetic rope. That's very overland. And you know, I ended up getting one. I got one because our winches only hold 50 foot of line, and sometimes the pickles we get in 50 feet doesn't quite reach anything that's near to get us out. And I was like, man, I'll get a kinetic rope because then I've got a tow rope, and it'll be a nice winch line extension. And I got it. I literally use my winch only for rolling people over or for pulling myself now. Like, I literally use that kinetic rope all the time because I literally can walk back, pull the pin, it falls out, and I throw them a soft shackle on that end. I have a soft shackle on my end, connect, and then just pull. And to put it up, it's like whoop, whoop, whoop. It's not like having to undo the winch, pull it, put it on, then having to wait forever to spool your winch back in. It's just super quick. It's super fluid. It's nice and tight. There's no way, so you can see the rope right there. Oh, there's no way I could keep that rope in such a small buggy without having that system, the rope holders. So
the rope holder's so nice.
I'm curious what you think, because I'm like super like obsessed with it, but that doesn't mean that it works for everybody. So I'm super stoked to see, does that work for you? Have you used it? Is it easy? What do you think? Would you rather winch or use that?
Dude, you use that rope holder all the time.
Tell me in the comments below. Is that what the YouTubers supposed to tell me in the comments below?
Like and subscribe.
Am I a YouTuber
now? Jonathan Nelson says no relays with my Switch Pro. Our buddy Justin is trying to get us to get a Switch Pro, and we haven't committed. And he's like, you can remote start your buggy.
Jonathan, will you put it in for me too?
Robbie says if you do this long enough, it's only a matter of time before you end up on your lid, and it's so true. It happens. Jade S says, what kind of relays do you need? GM style? I don't know.
I have a bunch. I don't put it in my buggy. I literally think that I haven't. I always get it down and I think that I have it figured out. And then I find out the problem is my relays sit right on top of the transmission in the back of the motor, and the headers are right there, and it blows all that heat up there, and it usually will eventually, if it gets a little warm and runs a long time, it'll overheat the relay and it'll start like kind of cooking stuff. And that's what happens. I need to relocate it. That's what I came up with. And I'm going to do that, and then I'll probably have another relay issue. But I have tons of relays.
Amwadog says wreck your flags for places like Sand Hollow. That's super sick. I didn't even think of that.
That was a darn good idea, and I should know better because Forrest has some of the coolest get nuts flags you've ever seen. Forrest is Style King Swag Master.
Paul's asking, will your merch offer an international shipping option?
We will
southern tip of Europe.
Paul, we will figure it out. Like, yes, we've had a ton of people in Australia that like our stuff. A ton of people in Canada. A ton of people in Mexico. Where was that first? Like the second comment of this chat was from Thailand. We have a lot of people in Thailand that watches us, which is crazy.
Yeah, Thailand.
That's so wild. But we are going to figure that out because we do have a lot of people all over the world. And I'm going to figure it out. I want you guys to support. I'm honored that you guys think that you would like something from us. So we will figure it out. Yes, we will offer it.
Yes.
Even if we lose money, we will offer it.
Ben says, F the glam, be yourself. Yes, that's
right.
Something that we're about is authenticity.
It's never
this is how I went to work today. So this is what you get. That's it. Ammo Doggy's quoting us. Says, we went down the wrong trail. We're not professionals. We're just people with a YouTube and GoPro.
Who think we know how to wheel.
I feel like I've said that more than once. Oh my gosh, that's good. Tall Man Glass says, your rope holder is like what Trailmater uses. He makes his with old axle U-bolts. Interesting. I haven't seen his. I want to check it out now.
Yeah,
He said ours is more refined. Blackfish Fab, he created that.
No, Rory with Trailmater is super sick. He's been in Moab forever. He's literally like homegrown Moab. Awesome. And it's crazy. I would have thought that I would have seen that. But he's got a lot going on in his rig.
Check it out
I could probably miss it. You know, his rig's got a lot going on.
Robbie said, yes, he's used his. It works great pulling back to campgrounds after braking or rolling.
Dude, isn't that legit? The kinetic ropes,
Super
like
nice.
when you're trying to pull a rock crawler, you're not just like pulling them smooth. You're pulling them over big boulders. So when that tire hits with a regular strap, it literally goes bam. Or if there's any slack, and there's going to be a lot of slack because you're both going over terrain. With having that kinetic, it literally just like, so if the back guy hits a rock, it goes and then whoop, and you don't feel it because it's like almost like suspension. It's
like a rubber band,
but suspension. Like it makes pulling. I pulled 2 dead rigs out. Forrest rolled at night once, and then my winch couldn't pull them out because I had spooled backwards. We were tired. It was like 3:00 in the morning, and then we had another guy come out, and he came out and his battery died. He was able to winch Forrest over, then his battery died, and we couldn't get either of them started back up. So we had Forrest on a kinetic line with Sean's Jeep, which is the rear steer YJ that's super sick, and then me pulling both of them, and it was so awesome because it never threw me around, it never bucked me, it wasn't hard on my chassis, it was really good on my chassis. And I pulled both of them out about a mile through some medium trail stuff, and that kinetic rope, I couldn't have done it without that. We'd have just been like, we'll come back in the morning, which would have been super inconvenient.
Robbie said he had to go still. Bye, Robbie. You're probably gone, but bye.
See you, Robbie. Super stoked.
Dude, Michigan Off-Road Custom.
He is another... Dude, you're late to the party, but we were just talking about people who's watched us when we were very small, and you're one of those, and we definitely want to throw a big thank you, and we appreciate you. Thanks for tolerating our old videos that were cringy, and super happy to have you here, and we're still not where we're gonna be, so please stick along, and we will make sure, stick along, that's funny. We'll make sure that it's worth your time, always.
Joe Carmen said heat shield for the relays.
So Joe, you've seen my buggy and you're pretty familiar with it. I think I'm going to go on the driver's side underneath my dash. I have the panels to the side of my engines. I think
right here. It's like right
yeah, this is pretty convenient. So, cord's not long enough. We'll unplug that.
Oh, I got it.
So I think I'm going to put them right up here under the pedals, like right here. That way it's not inside where the engine bay is. It's going to be on the outside so it gets better airflow. It's not going to get all that heat from the headers that are right here.
I don't even think you can see.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. Sorry. The phone's all weird. But I'm going to put them up here. And that's outside the engine bay. They're usually right up here under the dash, right above the headers, which heats them up and all that good stuff. So that's what we're going to do with those. And then that way, if I do have a relay issue, my dash is a pain. It's 4 bolts. I got to take the dash off. And then there's like another accessory plate for my fuse boxes that you got to kind of line up. So if I can take those and put them somewhere, if I do have a relay issue, I can just reach underneath where my feet are, pull one out and put one in, and I'm just on my way. That's theoretically probably the best way.
So everybody's asking, do you use Yankum ropes or another brand? We actually are with Factor 55 now. So we've been rocking their kinetic ropes, and our winch lines are actually the Warren Spydura, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, Spydura line.
And those have been working great for us. So yeah.
Yeah, we've hung out with Yankum and we've used the ropes. They're really good. All ropes are, all the ropes. So what I've learned is a lot of the ropes are made. There's only a couple of those spool machines, and if you haven't seen it, Google it. It's almost like a 10-car garage size of a machine with like these big woven. It's crazy how they're made. So a lot of them are made in the same place. So any of them are good. We go with Factor 55 because Factor 55 really supports a lot of recovery. It's not just one angle. And since they're all the same, we've used the Bubba rope before. That's the black and blue one. They all work great. but we support Factor 55 because Factor 55 really puts in like the time, and they really, we have like their FID to make sure to like be able to rework our winch lines and stuff. And since we're using pretty much Factor 55 on everything else because they're super supportive of everything we do, we also use the rope, which has been, we've used it since the hammers, and I've probably used it 100 times, and still looks good, uses good. It's the one I would recommend, but they're all good. You know what I mean? Honest opinion, just getting a kinetic rope is great, and I think the Factor 55 is pretty fair price too.
Any recovery gear is good recovery gear.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Misfit Razor said, "Hey everyone from Tennessee. Sorry, but you have a side-by-side fan."
Hey, no, so I want to make this clear. We have so many side-by-side friends, and side-by-sides are amazing vehicles. The only thing with side-by-sides that sucks is that an 18-year-old with good credit can go buy one that thinks they're a race car driver. So you can also understand that. But what the problem is, we have so many side-by friends too that it's tough, because when you say side-by-side, there is just a bigger demographic of people who can get into an off-road vehicle that's super capable that has no brand sales. So it's just the financial part that you can finance it that makes it easier for ding-dongs to get in there. But like, dude, I've had side-by-sides. Nick Nelson, you've seen him on my channel a lot. He does Jet Boat Mafia. He's had that blue rear steer Jimmy's chassis in Havasu when we got flooded out, and a bunch of hammer stuff. And he's sold all his buggies right now because he's focusing on a lot of side-by-side pushing the limits adventures right now. And we think side-by-sides are super sick. So don't ever get that twist. Like, it sucks. It super sucks because like there is the side-by-side, the negative part of that is that there's a lot of inexperienced people who can get their hands on not knowing what they're doing. But then on the other side is that the good, like the rad side-by-siders like you and the people that we love, get a bad name because of the bad people. And honestly, it really comes down to bad off-roaders. I think side-by-side gets thrown out there a lot just because of the generality, but it's just bad off-roaders. And you're not a bad off-roader, and we just have to pick up over any bad off-roaders. So please understand, we love anybody off-road, anybody that's having fun out there, anyone who's cleaning the trail. And I know if you're watching our channel, you're doing your part, and we really appreciate you. So
yeah, Colby's grandparents have a side-by-side, and they push the limits with their
they work for Rigid.
Yeah.
We're sponsored by KC. It's a real awkward tension at dinners.
Scott says, "Working on my son's Samurai as we speak. I love Samurai.
Sammys are amazing.
Great end to every week. Thanks a ton for making videos. Be sweet to see you guys wheel South Dakota as a North Dakotan myself. Bleeping Colt does some rad wheeling up here. Yeah, we definitely want to get into
we would love to get out there. We're tough with a lot of the other off-road community because we're a bit hardcore, and we're a bit real. And we would really like to go out and wheel with those guys, and hopefully they'll let us in the community a little bit more. A lot of people get it's like, oh, they're hardcore, they must be jerks, and it's a legitimate thing when you're hardcore. Like, a lot of guys are egotistic, so hopefully like Bleep and Jeep and stuff will want to reach out, and we can do some more of that stuff. And we need to get up there. Our buggy actually originated, like, this is like, you ever see like an old C10 that's been like brand new LS, brand new interior, and it's been like a resto mod? Like, my buggy is the resto mod of off-road. Like, this thing's actually from South Dakota, from Twisted Fab, and it's a 2007 chassis. Twisted Customs chassis that's been revamped. And Paul out here did all the resto modding. Paul with Bent Fab has done all the resto modding on it. So it's a pretty cool that I have like a antique but new crawler. But I would like to bring it up there, and I'd like to meet the owner of Twisted Customs. I've heard he's amazing. And I think this chassis is now probably the most exposed chassis now that he's done making them. He doesn't even build anymore. I've got one that's got the most exposure out of any other one that he's had, but I'd like to go meet him. And
that we know Paul says, has Bronson always had a beard? Did he have one when you met? Bronson did have a beard.
I used to have a baby beard.
It was only like this long, max.
It was like that long.
It was. I liked it. I mean, I'm about it.
It's not bad. I got a round face, man.
I like your face.
Got a round face. It's here.
He's got a face that really is complemented by a big beard.
Yeah, I'm the rock gnome of off-road.
What was that, Sharon?
Yeah, Sharon always comments that I look like a garden gnome, and I'm like, rock garden gnome to you, ma'am.
Happy says that you were born with a beard.
Happy, what's up, dude? Woo! Man, Happy's one of those other YouTube guys that we've known forever. He used to live down the street. He does a lot of cool van life.
I think he still lives locally.
Well, he lives down the street, but he's just...
He lives wherever he wants to live now.
Not that you guys need to know that Happy's been a long time, really good friend, but I'm telling you anyway. I'm glad he's here. Thanks.
But we are wrapping it up here.
Are we?
Yeah.
Pretty close? Yeah. All right, I'm actually going to put this down. Do you guys have any last minute questions? Like, this is probably the only live we're going to have for probably another... We're going to do a live like every couple months, so... If you guys have any questions, if you guys need to know anything about Johnson Valley, I'll extend this.
If you want big logo stickers, send us a message on Instagram. If you're not on Instagram, find us on Facebook. I think we usually include our Facebook names on our descriptions of stuff. So find us, let us know. He's going to teach me how to send those, and we'll get that done for sure.
Yeah, but I'll give another 10 minutes for any questions, because I don't want to get out of here without anybody missing a question, because... we don't get on here live as much. And hey, if you guys want to see us go live more often, if you guys want us to do it like once a month or something like that, let us know. We'd love to spend time with you guys. We just don't think about it all the time. So busy making videos, but I like hanging out with you guys. It's super fun. Misfit Razor, totally agree with the downside and side-by-sides. The reason for the name is that I don't fit in. That makes total sense. It is super sick. No, and you know the drill. You know what I mean? Like the razors are sick. I've had some. They're absolutely remarkable for what they do. Like blow your mind. It's like a small Ultra 4 car that you can take anywhere, which is super awesome. But yeah, just the whole being having dum-dums with good credit being able to finance them, I think is what's got us. Like, it hurts, but any idiot can fit in anywhere. So please keep being that misfit. Do what you do. We love and support you just like you support us. Thank you so much. Metalworks transfer case. Midnight Metalworks. Are you wanting me to get one? I really, honestly, I think they're a great product. I super support them. The biggest perk that they have is they do have front dig and high speed, which I think is super dope.
What?
They're a lot lighter weight, but then again, like I do like my Atlas because it's just such a proven product. So maybe if Midnight wants to hit me up and tell me they can get one pretty easy and I can get one in there, like, yeah, but I don't feel I need to change my Atlas.
Our Atlas is working pretty good right
now.
So.
And I've always been an Atlas fan. I think Midnight is on the right page. They're doing some great things. I don't need to change something that's working right now.
Mojab.
What up, Mojab? Also, if you guys, he's another local out here, Mojab. He's got like, you guys liked any of my Floozy content, my old TJ that I used to have before this buggy.
Yeah, Floozy was the name of the TJ, by the way.
Yeah, Floozy was the name of my TJ.
We're not into Floozies, okay?
But if you like that kind of content, Mojab's got literally a green Floozy that's it's built better than Floozy. And he's local out here. He does a lot of Arizona wheeling. So if you like that Floozy content of Rec Gear, that TJ 1-ton, go over to Mojab Off-road. Make sure to drop him a subscribe if that is what you're looking to get for some content. He's pretty rad. And then we got Karen. Yes, when are you coming to Colorado? As soon as you tell your husband to get that rear steer done ASAP. I've been waiting. I've been talking him through step by step, and I cannot wait to get to Colorado. So get it done. If he gets it done, we're going to go up this summer. He has to get it done, and I'll make a weekend. And we got to hit like 2 or 3 trails. So make Eric get that done. All right, and then Joe Carmen, more killing on the channel.
Killick.
Oh, more. It's can. Oh, he meant Killick.
Yeah.
I can bring him out really quick. He's huge. Yeah. Let me go grab my dog. My dog.
Killick is our Cane Corso. He's an Italian Mastiff. I almost said Irish.
Oh, Killick. Alice, come here. Alice. Alice, come here. Alice.
We're having dog drama.
Alice.
Okay. We're waiting for Midnight to drop their new 205 rock box piece. It's going to the shop bunny.
Kitty. Boy's a good boy.
Say hi.
Up.
Hi.
Oh.
my great.
Oh, man, he's all over the place. Good boy. Sit. Hey, sit. Shake. Shake. Oh, yes, a good boy.
Good boy. Good boy. Bubba's. Sit. Bubba, sit.
Sit.
You better listen.
Hey.
People are watching.
Sit. You are on the internet, Bubba's.
Cutic. There's the puppy.
So I'm 6. Kill. Kill. Up. Kill. Hey. Up. 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 What? Oh. I'm 6'3".
Look, he's like, I don't like it.
Good boy. Good boy.
He's like, I don't like standing.
He's a big boy. Say hi. Say hi to Utu.
Bubbies. Anyways. that's
Anyway,
Killick.
he's massive.
He's a massive mastiff.
Awesome boy. Come on.
Such a meathead. He is a meathead. What was it? Our buddy Cody from Blackfish Fab, he met him and he's like, oh, come here, meat stick.
Yeah.
It was cracking me up. Burke says good puppy. Oh, go where Jeeps go. Yo, howdy, howdy. You gotta give him one.
Oh, dude, what's up, man?
Give him a howdy, howdy.
So Go Where Jeeps Go is found our channel within the last probably month and a half. And he's like, dude, found your channel, had a hernia surgery. He's literally watched, I think, every one of our videos in the last month.
What?
And he's commented on every one. So
Give him a howdy, howdy.
howdy, howdy, let's get rowdy.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Thanks for tuning in. Glad you caught us.
Kevin.
And we got to get out and do some wheeling locally because I know you're local. So let's
What?
hit us up. We got some JT adventures coming up soon. So Instagram.
Kevin says a factor 55 dog collar needs to happen.
Did you see that he has a soft shackle as a collar?
Nah.
I fiddled that with my factor 55 fiddle, and I made him
Fiddle.
a soft shackle dog collar because his neck is so big that normal soft shackles were far too small. But that would be cool to have. I need to have Jason.
One, yeah.
I need to have Jason and be like, Jason, I need a custom factor fit or Justin. Sorry.
Jason, somebody else.
Oh, Jason.
Cool. Clap, clap. Thanks. Yeah. All right. It's time.
I think that's it. You guys got anything? I'll give you 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute, then I'm out of here. 1 minute for questions. This is your last chance. After 1 minute, we don't answer any questions after that.
I feel like it got awkward.
It is awkward. No, like
Way to make it awkward.
1 minute. Oh, we got one right here. Enjoy the videos. Oh, thank you for tuning in from Wyoming.
You,
awesome. All right.
Why do I sneeze when I look at the sun? Dogs can't look
dude,
up.
you're supposed to, when you look at the sun, you're supposed to not sneeze. I don't know. You should go to the doctor, Burke. Jeez. Jace, have a good night. Right, you too. All right.
Bye, Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. All right, we got 30 seconds.
I got a question. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Wow, what's
Specifically that blue.
purple?
It used to be purple, but I like this blue. Until next time, howdy, howdy. Let's get rowdy.
Let's get rowdy.
Thanks, Rob.
Bye.
See you, Burke.
Has it been a minute?
You guys got 15 seconds.
Oh.
14, 13, 12. Thanks again. Keep it rowdy. Dude, that 25, 8, 366. That kills us, by the way. Every time we do that, I laugh, man. That's awesome. Thank you. Keep doing the good work. Thanks, Mojab. You keep doing what you're doing, man. It's let's do what we can to make this sport better, and you're doing a good job as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And then 10, 9, 8, 7,
Bye, Joe.
6, bye Joe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Later, guys. Howdy, howdy. We'll get rowdy on the next one.
Awkward.
And everyone who's sitting here waiting for the rest is the awkward how to turn this off. Later, bum
Bye,
dog.
Jada.
Bye, Jen. How do I turn it off?
Oh, shoot.
We don't know what we're doing here.
Oh, no.
We don't know what we're doing on YouTube.
Oh, stop streaming.